Where to find every type of wood in Minecraft. This video will go through each type of wood, explaining the biomes they grow in, any unique features, and how to grow them. Let's first start by explaining the saplings. The easiest way to get a specific wood is to be able to travel to a biome and cut down any trees using an axe. However, this can be tricky if the biome is far away or in another dimension. It is always useful to have a sapling of that wood because you can generate a tree to get more wood and saplings. Once the tree is generated, the leaves decaying or breaking will drop saplings. The type of saplings the leaves drop correspond to the type. For example, oak leaves will drop oak saplings. With the No Fortune tool, there is a 5% chance for them to drop saplings, and with Fortune 3 this can be increased to a 10% chance. The only unusual one is the jungle saplings, that is 2.5% with no fortune and 4.17% chance at Fortune 3. Jungle saplings have half the chance of a normal sapling of dropping. I should mention there are exceptions to this, like the crimson, warped, and mangrove trees that are different, and I will explain them when I talk about that type of wood. The next thing I should discuss is the biome clusters. Part of finding anything, specifically trees in this case, is understanding the biome clusters, so you can find a specific biome. The biomes group together based on temperature. An example is the warm biomes will have desert, savanna, and badlands next to each other. The trick with exploring is being able to look at the cluster rather than the biome, so you don't explore an area where you won't find the biome. There are 4 clusters: snowy, cold, temperate, and warm. Snowy are usually ones like snowy plains that will have snow covered. Cold ones are usually ones like taiga. Warm are desert, savanna, and badlands. Temperate ones are plains, different types of forest, swamp, dark forest, and jungle. Mountains are also useful as they can have trees in them that won't be in the surrounding biomes. First is the oak log. Oak logs are the most common type of wood in the game. They show up in temperate biomes like jungles, dark forest, plains, rivers, swamp, windswept forest, and the meadow. In the warmer biomes, oak trees can be found in wooded badlands. This is the biome in the badlands with trees. Oak trees will also be intermixed with acacia trees in the savanna biomes. They can't be found in snow-covered biomes or cold biomes like the taiga. Also, one unusual part of the oak log is that they appear as part of the azalea tree. The azalea trees are an indication on the surface of a lush cave biome underground. The azaleas and flowering azaleas, when bone meal is applied, creates an azalea tree. The only difference between this and a normal oak tree is that it will have azalea leaves and flowering azalea leaves instead of oak leaves. Next is the spruce logs. The spruce is found in the old growth spruce taiga, old growth pine taiga, snow taiga, snowy plains taiga, windswept forest, and grove. Spruce can be found in the snow covered and cold biomes with taiga. The one exception is the grove. The grove biome is one that will generate on the slopes of a mountain next to forested biomes. This can be a biome that is outside of a normal biome, so it could be useful to check out mountains. Generally, spruce trees are found in colder and snow biomes. Next is the birch log. The birch tree can be found in dark forest, birch forest, old growth birch forest, and meadow. All of these biomes are in the forest biomes found in the temperate biome cluster. The best one of these is the birch forest that will have a lot of birch trees in it. Next is the jungle logs. This is found in the bamboo jungle, sparse jungle. All of these are jungle biomes in the temperate biomes. I should mention that these biomes will all be close to each other. In Minecraft, certain biomes are next to each other to make a transition from one biome to another easier. Next one is the acacia logs. This one is easy. It is only found in the savanna biome. The savanna biome will generate next to desert or badlands, so look for one of these 3 biomes if you want to find acacia logs. Next one is the dark oak logs. This one only generates in the dark oak forest found in the temperate biomes. Dark oak also needs 4 dark oak saplings to generate a dark oak tree. This is a unique aspect to this one tree. Next is one of the more unusual ones, the crimson and warped stems. Crimson and warped stems generate as part of the huge crimson fungus or the huge warped fungus. The crimson stems appear in the crimson forest and warped stems appear in the warped forest as part of the huge fungus. They generate differently at the crimson or warped fungus has to be on their specific nylium block and have bone meal applied to them to become a huge fungus. Also, bone meal has to be applied to them to grow, unlike saplings that will grow themselves. Unlike other logs, it is more important to have a specific type of nylium block rather than the fungus. Once you have the nylium, you can apply bone meal to it to get the vegetation that appears in that biome. You can also turn netherrack into the specific type of nylium by placing it next to the nylium and applying bone meal to it. Basically with Nylium, you can use bone meal to get fungus, continue to use bone meal to get the huge fungus and the stems. The last one is the mangrove leaves. These are trees that only appear in the mangrove swamp, which is a new biome that is covered in mangrove trees. Mangrove swamps appear in the temperate biomes. The best way to find mangrove swamps is to look next to or in the swamps, as they are more likely to appear there. Instead of saplings, mangrove trees have mangrove propagles. The propagles grow off the mangrove leaves. You can get mangrove propagles by applying bone meal to the leaves. The propagles have 4 levels. You can only get a propagle to level 4, so you can use bone meal to get it to increase its level, and it only drops at level 4. The mangrove leaves, when decaying, will not drop propagles. Once you have a mangrove propagle, it works the same as other saplings. Applying bone meal will make it grow into a mangrove tree.